Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, so I'm just gonna get right into it. There is hope for California. The word is out there that there is a new, very conservative man hoping to run for California governor once this recall is set in action. Okay, let me read through this article to give you all of the updates of who this potential amazing California governor will be. All right, so conservatives are taking aim at liberalism at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, in Florida this weekend. The biggest of these targets, according to some of the speakers, is California and Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. There's a lot of talk about Gavin Newsom at the CPAC this past weekend. Chief among the critics was Palm Springs resident Richard Grenell, a loyal and outspoken supporter of President Donald Trump and former cabinet member in the Trump administration, who delivered remarks on Saturday morning at the conference in Orlando. That was yesterday morning he spoke. Grenell is well known within Trump circles and first served the administration in 2017 as the U.S. ambassador to Germany. In 2020, he briefly served as an acting director of national intelligence. In the most recent weeks, speculation has mounted that he will run for California governor in the event of a recall of our current governor, Gavin Newsom. Politico this month reported that Grenell was scoping out a team for a possible run. This is amazing news. A Trump supporter leading California, that's what California needs. The media company also reported that Grenell was expected to meet with Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate on Saturday to discuss a possible California, I can't say that word. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to discuss running for California. Grenell dropped a not-so-subtle hint as he closed his CPAC remarks. In quotes, "In my 3 decades in American politics, I have never seen a better case for a recall than there is right now in California. And of course, if a public official is still failing to deliver on their promises and you can't limit their term or recall them in time, there's always another option. You can run against them yourself." He entered the national political scene in the early 2000s when he was appointed communications director for the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations by President George W. Bush. After leaving the administration in 2008, he started a political media and consulting business, appearing regularly on news shows and publications to comment on foreign affairs issues. In 2012, he signed onto Mitt Romney's presidential campaign as a spokesperson on foreign policy. When he joined Trump's team in 2017, he became the highest-ranking openly gay federal officer in the country. If he does decide to run for governor, Grenell would join fellow Republicans Kevin Faulconer, the former San Diego mayor, and John Cox, the businessman who ran and lost against Newsom in 2018. He focused most of his remarks on Saturday at CPAC on foreign policy, but shifted into discussing ousting the failed political leaders. In quotes, "If you want the best case possible for a recall campaign, take a look at my home state of California." My home state too, man. "California used to be Reagan country, the shining example of business innovation and middle-class success. But now, when you think of California, you think of out-of-control wildfires, of rolling blackouts, of schools still closed, shuttered businesses, bans of fracking, and wealthy people jumping the vaccine line." Yep. Did you know that Gavin Newsom, the California governor, originally purchased $1 billion worth of masks and protective equipment from a Chinese company when American companies with the same equipment were based in California? That's insane. That's just one of the many reasons that something is so wrong with that man. California has been a consistent target among CPAC speakers who point to the state as evidence of failed democratic rule and overregulation, especially during the pandemic. On Friday, U.S. Senator Mike Lee of Utah lobbed his own criticisms during a speech about Bill of Rights. He said, just look at California. Sad, sad California. The people of California are recalling their governor because they've had enough of these stringent closures. And then it says that there was tons of applauses and cheers from the audience. They've had enough of the encroachment upon their rights and enough of their government telling them that they can enjoy a 5-star meal at French Laundry with their governor, but they can't go to church. So true. This is craziness. Recall organizers say they're nearing their goal of collecting 2 million petition signatures. State law requires them to submit nearly 1.5 million valid signatures before March 17th to qualify for the ballot. Of course, we're gathering 2 million just to make sure that we still meet it in case any of those names don't match up, or if there's duplicates. If the recall does qualify, Californians can expect to vote around November at the earliest, though there are ways Democrats could delay a recall election. There's no limit to how many candidates can run. During the 2003 recall of Governor Gray Davis, dozens of candidates threw their hats into the ring, including former child actor Gary Coleman and adult film star Mary Carey. Chances that Californians will vote Newsom out of office are slim. Some political experts are saying that. The governor at this point has said little to nothing about the effort. He does not touch base on that at all, instead deflecting questions by saying he is focused on vaccine distribution. Consultants and fellow California Democrats, meanwhile, are painting the recall as a partisan political effort. CPAC is exposing the Republican recall scheme as a partisan cause for out-of-state extremists dreaming about installing a Trump supporter as governor of California. This was a Newsom consultant speaking. Republican Devin Nunes, while speaking at CPAC in a session called California Socialism, Promising Heaven, Delivering Hell, endorsed the recall effort, saying it is some hope to look at for California. He didn't endorse any specific Republicans, but said GOP eventually would need to rally behind one candidate in order to be successful, adding there were a lot of promising potential candidates right now. He also had a prediction for the Democratic side. The thing to watch for is the left starts eating their own, he said. As soon as prominent Democrat announces that they're going to run, that's when it will probably slide and Newsom will have a good chance of actually being recalled. They take a big risk by not putting a prominent Democrat on the ballot and only leaving it to Republicans, he added. And that's all that. What do we think? California residents that are watching, what do we think about Grenell stepping in? Do we want him? He is a Trump supporter. He has a lot of experience. He's obviously very brazen and puts himself out there, which we need here in California. That's for sure. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe if you find this channel interesting, and I will continue to give you all of your California updates. Thanks everyone.